Hi guys! Today I'm going to be showing you my top 5 baby products that I use when going from 1 to 2 kids. So when you're a new mom, a lot of times you're trying to find products that will be useful not just for the first 3 months of your baby's life. So I've had 2 kids so far, and I'm going to show you the products that I use for both of my kids that I've used regularly, that have come in handy day after day. The first item on my list is this Ergo. I got this as a gift when I had my first child, and every child is different. My oldest daughter loved to be held close to me in the Ergo. Once she turned about 3 months and she was able to control her head and neck, I figured out how to nurse her while I was carrying her in the Ergo, and that changed my life. It freed me up to go anywhere, to do anything, because I could just have her close to me and hold her in the Ergo, and while I was walking around the store or shopping, I could nurse her. And I didn't have to stop and like go to the nursing room or, you know, sit down and use a cover or something like that. I could just nurse her straight in the Ergo, and most people, I don't think anyone except for maybe my husband, knew what I was doing. The only thing would be that this strap didn't really cover my side, so I may have flashed a side boob to someone at some point. But you know, I guess when you're a mom, you lose a little bit of your modesty after giving birth and just having everything hang out there. So I didn't really care, but my husband would be bothered like if I would have like my side boob hanging out. But most people, like when I would usually wear a jacket, or I could put a scarf around my neck and most people wouldn't know. The only thing is in the summer it gets really hot. If you figure out how to nurse your baby while you're in the Ergo, it changes your life, and it's so amazing. So this product was handy for that reason, and also when we first moved to Japan, we would go out and about in Tokyo, and it wasn't really stroller friendly. So I would have my Ergo with me, and I would just use it to carry my daughter because we couldn't bring the stroller and she was too little to walk at that time. And my oldest daughter loved being in the Ergo. She just loved being close to me, and she always wanted to be held until she turned about 2, and at that point she started to walk a lot more and she wanted to walk on her own. So I didn't carry her as much, but when she got tired or she wanted to take a nap, I would just put her in this and she would fall asleep, and then I could go out and about and do whatever I needed to do in the Ergo. My second daughter, on the other hand, didn't like being held in the Ergo. She felt constrained. She would always kick and like flail. So, uh-oh, what are you doing? Can I have that, please? Where's my card? Where's my bunny card? So my second daughter, every child is different, right? And my second daughter, oh, another thing is, a lot of people don't use this carrier when they have an infant. They'll use like a Moby wrap or Solly baby wrap. And for my first daughter, I didn't buy another wrap because I had the infant insert for this, and I felt that that worked just fine. At that time, we were living in the suburbs, and I didn't have another child, so a lot of her first 3 months was spent with me just sitting in my chair holding her. And that was fine because I could do that. I didn't have another kid. I would just like hold her sitting down. So I didn't need another wrap. But my second child was different because she was okay with being in the carrier until she was about 5 months old, and my sister had purchased a Solly baby wrap for her son, and so she let me use that for my second child. The Solly baby wrap seems to work better for infants who are 1 to 2 months, but then once they turn about 3 months and they can hold their head up, then I think that the Ergo feels a lot more secure, and that they're getting heavier at that point, so maybe the Solly baby wrap or one of those, you know, cloth wraps it didn't feel as secure for me. I know that a lot of people use them when their kids are like much older than 2 months, but for me, I felt like the Ergo was more secure when she turned 3 months. So for my second baby, she didn't really like being held in the carrier after she turned about 5 months, but I still use this a lot because we would go out and about in the city, or we'd go places and I would need to nurse her, and so we wouldn't want to just stop somewhere and like have me nurse her in like one of the nursing rooms, which by the way, Tokyo has amazing nursing rooms everywhere, so it's just like a nice quiet space where you can go to nurse your baby or feed your baby formula or whatever, change their diaper, whatever you need to do. It's like a nice air-conditioned space. I wish a lot more establishments in the US would create those rooms for mothers, but anyway, I didn't really need them a whole lot because I was able to nurse my baby in this carrier. So for that reason, I found the Ergo to be super amazing, and this is probably my #1 baby product that I use going from 1 to 2 kids. Even though my second daughter doesn't like to be in the Ergo, I just put her in anyway sometimes because I don't have a choice. Like if we're out and about in Seoul and I don't have a stroller and she needs to be carried, like this is really the best way for me to tote her around. My second favorite baby product is actually my stroller, and when I was shopping for strollers for my first child, I did so much research. I watched all these YouTube videos on the strollers. I went out and I tested them out, and ultimately I decided to get the Uppa Baby Cruise, which is a little more of a high-end stroller, but it's not like the highest end. That it's probably the cheapest full-size stroller that Uppa Baby offers, and I chose that one because I wanted something that was light that I could lift in and out of my car by myself, and it had a big basket. One of my friends recommended it to me. She loved her stroller, so I decided to go with that one, and I'm so glad that I did because it has been really great for 2 kids, mainly because even though my daughter's 4 years old, she's a little too big to ride in this stroller, but she could still ride in it if she wants to, and I could Ergo Valentina, and I did that a lot when Sienna was younger and Valentina was probably under a year old. I would just put my older daughter in the stroller and carry my baby. At one point I decided to purchase the Kickboard, which is a little ride-along piggyback thing for your older child, so your older child can ride on the back of the stroller and the younger one can sit in the stroller, and then they could face each other and play with each other and interact, which I think is great. That has been an amazing stroller for me because I could tote both of my kids around. It's not too heavy for me to lift, and we're not going over any rough terrain in the city, so it works fine. We don't need the huge wheels that come on the larger Uppa Baby stroller or the Britax stroller. It's good for somebody who lives in the suburbs, or if you live in a big city with an area that is sort of stroller friendly. Like our neighborhood is pretty kid friendly, and there's wide sidewalks and pathways and lots of trees and stuff like that. So when we want to go out walking, we can take our big stroller. But if we're in one of those really cramped areas like Myeongdong, then the stroller obviously won't work for us because we'd be stuck in the crowds and it would just be difficult to maneuver through all the people. And also you can use it when you're at the grocery store. You can just flip it out and then put the portable shopping cart onto the Kickboard, and I don't have to worry about my groceries. And then it also kind of limits the amount of groceries you can buy. So if you're like me and you're walking in the city, you can't carry tons of bags, so you can only really buy what you could fit in the bottom of your stroller. So that's why I like the Kickboard. The next item that I recommend is this backpack, which is a Shawl Raven Kanken backpack. And it looks like Valentina just emptied it out while I was making this video. But I can do like a quick what's in my bag, or maybe what's in my bag later. But I use this as a diaper bag after I had my second child. With my first child, I used like the Louis Vuitton Neverfull big tote bag, which my mother-in-law generously purchased me as a baby gift. But when I had 2 kids, I realized that I needed both hands free. So that's why I use a backpack now. And this is really lightweight. You just have a lot of backpacks have a lot of extra padding and pockets, but this is just the backpack, and it's very lightweight, so you're not carrying too much extra weight around. And there's not a ton of pockets, but I found that I don't really need them. I can just use like zipper pouches like this to tote my things in. Like I have my snacks here, and I actually started out with this pink one, but it got really dirty, and then I was fine with using the dirty one because I thought it looks like vintage, it looks worn, it has character, and I really like this color. But both my mom and my husband thought that this looked gross, so For Christmas, they both purchased me another backpack in a darker color. My mom got me this gray one, and then my husband got me a purple one. So I was forced to retire this pink backpack. I don't think it's super dirty, and I might like start. It's just kind of gray at the bottom, but I thought it was fine. My mom and my husband both thought I needed a new backpack. But I think that like if you purchase a dark color of these, you can just use it for a long time, because it's really durable, and I don't know, I think it's stylish too. It's a little more on the expensive side for backpacks, but considering like if you use it every day, you get your money's worth eventually, I think. So yeah, this is what I recommend instead of a diaper bag, because diaper bags are nice, but they end up being really heavy. And then the other thing is, like, for this, like, my husband has no problem carrying it. When I had the pink one, he was a little bit iffy about carrying it, but then like if you get a neutral color backpack, your husband can carry it. It's not like super, they won't shirk at it. It's not super girly. I guess if you're an American. And in Korea, you'll see boyfriends carrying their girlfriends' expensive, super girly purses around. Chanel. You'll see boyfriends carrying those things for their girlfriends. So I guess they don't feel embarrassed to carry a girly purse around. But in the US, I think, or my husband was a little more self-conscious about, he didn't want to just wear this on his back. He would always carry it like this. But if you get a neutral color, then your husband or boyfriend might be, they can carry it too, and they could use it when they take the kids out. So the last item is not exactly a baby item, but it's actually my phone case. And I think when you have kids, you want a case that's super durable, because they'll sometimes take your phone, and it's much more likely to drop when you're juggling multiple things. I can't tell you how many times I've dropped my phone. And I also wanted a phone case that preserved the design of my iPhone, because I like how the iPhone looks. I didn't want something that really covered it up a lot. And I ended up getting the Rhino Shield when I got my new iPhone. And this has been amazing. I've dropped my phone several times from my height, and it's fallen on concrete, and it hasn't cracked or gotten damaged at all. I also got the front and back covers to protect the screen, and I don't know if it's super necessary for the back cover, but definitely for the front, I think that the screen protector has come in handy. So this is my number 5 item for moms, is a protective phone case. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I will link the products I mentioned in the description box below. And let me know in the comments below what your top baby items are. Thanks for watching. Bye!